Welcome to Learning by Short, your bites of information that you get to apply immediately. We're looking at the Drive sales process and how do we add to the sale. I talked about McDonald's and their famous cross-sell where they offer you fries, as they call them, when you go and ask for a burger. And there's also an upsell where they go and say, can I have this? They go, would you like to upsize that for an extra $1.50, whatever the case may be. When we start to look at our business and we start to explore how we can cross-sell, what can we add to the sale for the customer that they hadn't originally asked for, and how can we upsize it? How can we go and add something extra to it? Now, many of you will be familiar with that in terms of somebody orders something, you go, well, if you take extra of those, we can make it a pallet and then you'll get free freight. So that's an upsize. Buy more of the same and there's a benefit for you. What I'd like to cover off now is what's often called the cross-sell. I like to call it the web of needs. I'll use the camera that I'm staring at the moment. When we went in to buy this camera, the person was really good. He found out what we wanted the camera for. They would be doing learning bites with it. They would be filming conferences and talks like that. And he took us through the process and explained to us what the camera was and why it was good and all those other factors. And we were like, yep, we want this camera. So he closed the sale. He secured the sale. Then he said, if you have a camera, you must have an SD card. Would you like to buy one here? So he knew we were going to need it. It was a non-negotiable. We're either buying it from him or we're going to buy it from somewhere else. So we obviously said yes. Now, what I often do in training sessions, I then say to people, what else could he offer us? And people come with a whole array of things. They come with a camera bag, they come up with a tripod, they come up with lights and programs to write it with, insurance that sits behind it. And we write these all up on a board. And I go through and I say, yes, he did offer us this. So he offered us a package to do the programming with, because obviously we're going to need to do that. He offered us a camera bag, he offered us a tripod. And in all of those, what we landed up buying was a small handful of things. So we landed up buying on the very first purchase, the camera, the SD card, and the program, and we got the insurance with that. The incredible thing is, though, that later on, when we suddenly went, oh, actually, maybe we do need a tripod, we, of course, the first thought was, well, he offered them, so we'll go back to him. He'd also recommended we buy a spare battery. And we're like, no, we'll be fine. And of course, we then needed a spare battery. So we went back to him. For every single thing that he had educated us on that we might need, we went back to him to get. But really interestingly, things that he didn't offer the lights, he didn't offer the microphone. And for stuff like that, we did what most people do. When you don't know where to go and find something, you Google it. And of course, when we Google it, we went and found out where to get lights, where to get a microphone. And it wasn't here. Now, I don't know if he even offered them or if he sold them, but it wasn't our first place to go and look because he hadn't told us about it. My recommendation to you is to sit down and do a web of needs. When somebody buys a product from you, what must they have? And make sure you offer that to them at the point of sale. What are they highly likely to need? Once again, offer that to them. But also, what might they want? What could be of interest to them that they might not even know that you do? You'll be amazed at how often, just by weaving that into that final stage of the sale, saying to somebody else, oh, are you interested in this? Did you know you need this? That you're good to go. Here's to your success. If any of this resonated with you and you'd like some help with it, do feel free to get in touch. Drop me an email at mike@thinkright.co.nz or 0272 987 523 or our website www.thinkright.co.nz.